Hi, with my fairy treasures. Okay, let me bring this down just a little bit. Okay, you guys, so this is today. Okay. Okay, so on, we're also going to do the giveaway today also, because I said that in the last video, so we'll talk about that in just a second. But what I want to create today is something like this. I wanted to create this again in this book with a different picture that I drew and painted. And it's an invincible pocket. See, right here. Let me see if I can grab something. Okay, like this. See, this is a pocket right here. But it looks invincible because I split her face in half with this rose on top, see? But I'm actually not going to make it into a pocket today. I'm going to make it something like this, but it's not going to be a pocket because the picture I have doesn't work for that. But it'll be similar to this. But this side, we're going to do pretty much the same thing on this side. We'll do this invisible pocket with a different picture that works with it on another page. But it'll be something similar, it just won't be a pocket. I am going to do this on this page. This is cool. I took this girl in black and white and printed her on music note paper. Well, first I printed the music note paper onto cardstock. Then I took that piece of cardstock and I printed this girl on top of the cardstock. So, and then I took my sprays and sprayed her out. And I think that turned out really cool. And then here on the inside, I think, what did I do on the inside? On the inside, I think I just did some mixed media here. And I think I threw some book page on this. I glued book page on the other side of this. And then just did some sprays and stuff. I don't know if you guys are even seeing that. I think I'm out of frame for that part. Anyway, it's the flap here. The flap that comes up. So it's like a little flap here. And I've done this flap before. I did see Lori Marie Jenkins do this, and I really learned this invisible pocket where you divide the face up from her. I've done this before with a flap like this, up and down. But what I haven't done before is done it in my mixed media. I've done it in my junk journal. So that's what's the difference for me, was to do it in my mixed media, this altered book. Then I took the same girl, the girl that's over here, I made her into black and white, just on a regular piece of copy paper. And since I did her in black and white, there's a little bit of space, you know, the white parts. I went ahead and just used a very pastel-y, light pink and did the rose in pink, just certain parts. You guys have all seen that when someone's done a black and white photo and there's just parts that are done in color. That's what I did here. I thought that turned out really cool. And then I did a whole mixed media background. So that's what we're going for today. I'm doing something like this, but without the pocket, because the picture I have isn't going to work for that. So, okay. So let me turn this back around. And I'm going to go to the page we're going to work on. Okay, here we go. And I need to use a clippy. Just a second. Let me clip all this down. My book is getting really thick. I can't wait to show you guys, go through the whole thing and just show you guys everything I did in this book. Pretty much, if you've been following me, you've been seeing pretty much everything I've done in this book, because I pretty much show everything I do. Okay, so let me get another clamp. Okay. Just a second. I'm trying to find another clamp a size clamp I want. I guess that will work. Not really, but yeah, that works. Okay. So what I've done on this page already, I've done the same MO that I always do. I use my collage bits first on this one already. And then while it was wet, I went right over it with some gesso. I use a thing called Kills. And it puts a little bit of cracks in here too, so that's another dimension. So we'll do that same thing over here. Then we'll let that dry, and while that's drying, we'll go ahead and finish the mixed media on this side. So, but before we do all of that, let's do a giveaway. Okay, let me tell you what we're giving away. I said in my last video, I was going to give away some copies of the girls that I drew. And I inked her out, so I hope you guys like her. And this is very much Jane Davenport inspired. I love the girls with the long necks. I saw a picture of a lady like something similar to this on one of her canisters, so I did my own version of her. And then I did another one of her, because I don't know why, I just had to draw 2 of them. So there's another one of her. And so you guys will get a copy, the winners of the giveaway will get copies of this. And I'll sign them at the bottom. They're not signed right now. And then I'm going to give, this is some of my work too. These are like little cards. And these are cards that I would show my artwork when I was selling some of my artwork in some different shops around Las Vegas. I would bring these cards with me all the time. And so that it's like a little sample of my artwork. And they're laminated. So let me see if I get myself in frame. So that's what that one looks like. Little laminate cards of my artwork. And then here's another one of a Native American. I have a whole series of Native American warriors that I've done. Okay. And then I did a bunch of, then I pulled a bunch of napkins. I told you guys I have a lot of napkins in my napkin collection, so I went through them. Oh, and just to show you too, so one winner will get the first one, or either one, it's about the same stuff, will get those ones. And then these ones are a little bit different. I did the same one on this one of the Native American warriors, but I chose this one for the other winner of my art. My little art cards. Laminated art cards. And that's a cool thing for you to do. If you have art that you've created, shrink them up into 5x6. Make copies of them, colored copies, and then laminate them. You can give them as little gifts. So, okay. So these are the napkins. Now, the napkins are the same for both winners, okay? Because I'm going to choose 2 names. So these napkins are of little bicycles, which I think are so cute. Love that. Just going through them quickly. Isn't that gorgeous? So beautiful. These are cool. These, oh, love these. Look at these Paris napkins. Oh, everything. Love those. Look at this. Oh, love that. Look at the peacock. Isn't that gorgeous? Love these flowers. I think I'm going to be using these today. And these ones with the eggs. Now, what I like to do, any napkins that I really like, and I know that I'm going to want to use them over and over, I always make colored copies of them, or at least save them on my little hard drive. Like I copy them on my hard drive and then put them into my computer, if you know how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, ask somebody in your family, somebody knows how to do that. Copy this onto your hard drive and then take your hard drive and copy it into your computer. And then you'll always have that napkin and you can use it in your artwork whenever you want. So that's what the giveaway is. Let me put all this away. Let me put it this way so I don't mess up. So that's the giveaway. So let's go ahead and choose a name. I gotta find a place to put this stuff. Okay, let me go like this. All right. All right, so I have everybody's name in the bowl. Okay, so let's go. Choose my first name. Oh my gosh, Kathy Letty. Hey girl. What's cool about Kathy, she really said she loves Native American art. We've traded before between each other, and she really loves Native American art, so I'm glad that she got one of my pieces. So congratulations, Kathy. I have your address, so you don't have to worry about sending me your address. So I will get that out to you. Okay, next one. Okay, Eddie Williams. Congratulations. So Eddie Williams, make sure that you, oh, you know what? You can't personal message me your address anymore because I don't have personal message on YouTube anymore. I forgot about that. Okay, so what I'll do is I will leave my email below, and then you can email me your address, okay? So I can get this sent off to you. In fact, let me write that a note that I need to write that down. I need to make sure I put my email on the bottom here. Okay. Writing little notes to myself. I used to say just personal message me, but YouTube got rid of their personal messenger, which I don't know why. Anyway. All right, you guys. So congratulations to Eddie Williams. And congratulations to Kathy Letty. Yay. So you two are the winners. Like I said, Kathy, I already have your address. So I'll get your stuff out to you tomorrow. And Eddie Williams, email me. My emails will be below. Okay? All right. So let me put this aside. All right. So let's get started. Oh, what I'm going to use today is I painted out my girl. So she is going to go on this side after I do all mixed media background. And then around her is going to be a bunch of napkins that are flowers, which I think will be really pretty. So I hope you guys like her. That's what she looks like close up. Yeah, I think she turned out pretty. Okay, so she's going to go on that side. And then I showed you guys... I printed out her again in black and white. She'll go on this side after I do the whole mixed media background. And then for my flap, the flap that's up here like I had before on the other on this page here that I showed you on my first, when I showed you my book. This is it right here. Again, I took a piece of cardstock, copied the music notes onto the cardstock, and then took the cardstock with the music notes and copied her on top of that. So I think that looks really cool. Okay, so let's put all this over here because we're working background first. We're going to come back to here and start doing some more background stuff. Oh, and today I want to tell you also, I'm going to be using a lot of things like household things. Like, we'll go through that in a minute, but it's not going to be the regular stamps. Because I said I was going to do a video where I use more acrylic paints, cheap 50-cent acrylic paints, and things that you can get around your house. So, first we're going to start out with, like we always do, it's going to start out with our collage bits. As everybody knows, my favorite part. Because it relaxes me. And after what I went through yesterday, I need some relaxation. After what everyone's gone through today, we need some relaxation. Anyway. Alright. Anyone who's been watching the news knows what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's begin. Oh, I gotta get, you know what I gotta do? Shoot. I gotta put a piece of wax paper over here on this other side, hopefully. Nope, I don't have a piece right here. Let me get up and grab a piece of wax paper. Oh, it's right. I have to get up. The wax paper is right beside me. I try to work like that. I try to always kind of have all my stuff right in arm's reach. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. Alright, let's begin. Let me make sure I'm in frame. Am I in frame? Yeah. Okay. And it's down here on the bottom until I get there. I can have this a little flatter. Alright, we'll start right over here with our collage bits. And this is going to take a little while, so this might be a two-parter. Well, it definitely will be a two-parter, but it could be a three-parter. We'll just see how far we get. I like to try to work for like an hour to an hour and 15 minutes at a time. An hour video seems like kind of long enough. Some people don't like long videos, but personally, I like a long video because I'm always like in my art room working and I'm watching videos while I'm working, and it just saves me the time to have to go look for another video. So when I see a video that's a good hour or 45 minutes, I'm like, oh yes, cool. Because you know, I like to work along while that person's working along and look and see what they're doing, and so. All right, I don't want to get glue on this other side because I need it to be dry. Let me just wipe that off. All right, that should be fine by the time we get over there. The reason I don't want that to be, we're going to be throwing paint on this other side, so I don't want it to be all painty. Okay. Alrighty. Hope it's not too boring, you guys watching me paste paper now, but I like doing it. I think it's relaxing. And if it is too boring to you, you can always fast forward this part. But for people who are new to mixed media or just getting into it or they want ideas, it's kind of nice to see these things in action. Oh, and I should mention, I try to mention it every time, I make my own Mod Podge. I learned it from one of my subscribers here, and you can use Elmer's glue, which you can get for like $10 to $12 a gallon. If you use a coupon, or at Walmart, I think it is $10 or $12 a gallon. I think something like that. Anyway, so I buy it by the gallon. You take that and you just add a couple squirts of matte medium, so that you can stretch your matte medium out. You don't have to buy that hardly ever. Or I get a thing called Clear Acrylic Matte Coating Spray by Tree House. You get it at Hobby Lobby with a coupon for $3. But any clear matte coating would work. You throw like maybe 4 squirts of it into a jar, well, this big, okay? And a jar this big, I think I did like 4 squirts. And it makes it completely matte. I never thought you could make matte medium. I was so excited when one of my subscribers here showed me how to make that. I was like, yes, girl, yes. I said her name, or her channel the last time I was on here, so. Okay. I have a hard time remembering everybody's channels. So that was not my discovery how to make this my own matte medium, but I was so happy that she told me that. I was like, oh yes, I have got to try that. All right, I'm gonna put some. That's the Asian newspaper that I get here. We have a thing called Chinatown here in Las Vegas, and there's this restaurant we like to go to, and it's called Dim Sum, and it's really good. You when you sit down, they bring like not trays, they bring carts to your table, and they have all this stuff. You have no idea what the hell you're eating, but they have all this stuff on these carts, and it's not expensive. Like it'll be like $1 for this little plate of 3 things, or $1.50, or you don't even really know the prices, but it's somewhere between $1, $1.50, $2. So when you're all done eating, you'll probably spend for 2 people $30. So it's nice. So you eat all these things on this cart. It is so cool, and it's so delicious. It's a really fun experience. So where I was going with is at that restaurant, and that's all located in Chinatown here in Vegas. At that restaurant, they have these Asian newspapers. So, and it's also down the street from my gym. So when I run out of papers, I can always just run in and just grab some of the newspapers. So I don't run out very often because I grab a lot when I go get them. I think I heard of dim sum. I learned about it on YouTube. Somebody said they went and had dim sum, and I was like, and I heard them describing it how I just described it. I'm like, do we have that here? So I looked it up, and then I'm like, oh, we have it right down the street from my gym in Chinatown. I was like, yes. In fact, I need to go have some dim sum with a friend soon because I have not done that for a while. Love that place. Okay. Okay. I don't know how many other towns have a place like called Chinatown. I know they have those in California. They didn't have them in Arizona when I lived there. If you live in a state that has them, let me know. I'm just curious how many states have something called Chinatown. And I love going there. It's so fun. I love going to all the shops in Chinatown. It's really fun. I haven't been for a while. Me and my husband need to go do that. Okay. I am close by at least once a week because when I go to Zumba at my gym, it's right down the street from it. But okay, done with that part. Okay, let's just get a little bit of glue dripped on here. Okay, with the same brush, I'm not even going to rinse it. I'm going to go into my gesso, and my gesso, I don't use gesso. I use a thing called Kilz, K-I-L-T-Z. It's a wall primer, and it acts just like gesso, and you can get it at Home Depot. You get a gallon of it for like 15 bucks. So you'll have gesso for like ever. Forever. Because I've been doing so. Oh, now even though this glue, this Mod Podge, homemade Mod Podge is not wet, I'm going to go right over it with my gesso. And when you do that, it also, when it dries, will create cracks, which creates more cool texture. So, and it saves you time. You don't have to like wait for it to dry before you do this. So it's pretty cool. I love it. And it puts all of this in the background and prepares your surface for some paint on top of this. And the paint I like to use is always translucent so that you can see all this stuff through. Now I'm going to wipe a little bit of this off because this has kind of gotten too thick. There we go. There we go. All right, so this will have to dry. So we're not going to, we'll work on this side in part 2. We won't work on that side now. Okay, now we're going to head over to this page, which is exactly why I do a page. I try to get ahead because there's always drying time, and for the sake of the time for the videos, you guys can't be here all day. Okay, next. Let me put this away. This needs to go somewhere. All right. Let me try to move this over. Make sure I'm in frame. Am I? Yes. And let's see if I need to go up a little bit. Just a second, people. Just sorry. Okay. So, we're going to use this color, and this. So I'm using some Craft Smart acrylic paint. I'm using some Dilutions acrylic paint, and I'm going to use this. Oh, you know, I'm going to use this. Well, should I? No, I want to use some cheap stuff. I'll use this Apple Barrel acrylic paint. Okay, I'm trying to use the cheapest stuff I can, but I really wanted to use this color. Actually, this was cheap. Normally it's $5, but I got it for $1.25 or something, $1.50 when Hobby Lobby was having their 90% clearance, so it was cheap. It's not really cheap paint, but it was cheap for me that day. Okay, let me. All right, I got a tray here that I gotta wipe off, so I'm gonna take my tray here and put some of my paints on there, my pink. So just a second. Okay, just a little bit of this color. Do I want this color? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. It's pretty. Okay. So these two colors, I'm going to use them with a baby wipe. This color I'm going to work in the lid. This color is gorgeous. Look how beautiful that is. Okay. Now, before you put your lid back on this, because I've heard that this, because when you open it up, you're exposing it to air and it dries out easily. It makes them dry out easy. Spray the lid with a little bit of water before you put your lid back on. I learned that from Diane Reevely, who who's the artist who represents this line. So, all right, so let's take baby wipes. 1, 2, 3. And they're going to be our paint brushes. And what you do when you do acrylic paint with a baby wipe, it makes it so that it keeps it very translucent so you can see through it. Okay. And it spreads it really nice. And it makes it blendable. You can blend it right into the other colors. Ooh, this is pretty. And I like to do big sections of color. And I like to blend it into the other color next to it. And then, okay, I'm going to use a little bit of that color there. And this color by Diane Reevely, her colors, they are very vibrant. So you only need a very little bit when you're doing it. Okay, let's put some of this right here. Okay. Like this color right here, I don't have to I don't have to re-dip it back into my lid, the Diane Reevely paint. This will still be enough, probably. Let's see, before I say that. Yep, see, it's still enough. Her stuff is so potent. It's really nice. I like it. Okay. But I'd like to blend that out. There we go. And blend that out into here. There we go. Blend this out. Okay. Love it. Okay, so that looks pretty to me. Let's go ahead and throw those away. Let me get out a new baby wipe so I can wipe my hands. Okay, from here I want to use different things to make marks, because that's really all you're doing. Whenever I use stamps or I use stencils or anything, it's just really about making marks, because you're doing them over and over and over and over each other. So I'm going to, I have some sprays. This is a Diane Reevely dilution spray. It is, what is it? Bubblegum, which I love. This is Dilution's turquoise. And I'm going to use Tim Holtz Distress Spray. Actually, I'm not going to use both these because these are almost the same one. Well, you know what? I will use them. Who cares? This one's, they are going to be different, so who cares? I'll use all 3 of these. Okay. Look at this. This is something, a sand toy, I think. I got it from Dollar Tree. Isn't this cool? So I thought spraying through that will make a cool stencil. See? You go like right here. Look how cool that looks. Awesome. We could take that same one still and spray this through it. Cool. Love it. And let's spray some of this through there. There, perfect. Love that. Okay, and you know what? Let me get a paper towel so I can wipe this stuff out. And if some spray gets on the thing over here, no major. It'll just add to the next page. Okay, a couple of other things I want to show you with sprays. These are, I took them off. These are fly swatters. How cool that is. Look at the pattern with the fly swatter. Isn't that fabulous? So these are fly swatters, both of them. See the patterns on it? Cool, huh? So, again with our sprays, let's use a spray with this. Okay. That looks so cool. Love it. And then let's use this one right here with this spray. Awesome. Very, very cool. I love it. Okay. Let me, again, get another paper towel. A lot of times what I like to use is have a book next to me and just go ahead and just start another page with this on another book that I could just like stamp it down like this, but I don't have another book with me right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Let me just show you a few other things. I'm not going to do any more sprays. I want to do some dipping things, but look at this. This was a placemat I got at Dollar Tree. You could do that, okay? Which would be really cool. In fact, I'll just do one little spray right there. Look how cool that is. Just for a little image. Okay, let me show you what else I have. I wish I would have used this because I haven't used it yet. This is another placemat I got from Dollar Tree. See that? Isn't that cool? Wouldn't that be going through those holes? Wouldn't that be cool? And then also I got this from Dollar Tree. It's another placemat. So these are the things that you can use. This is a shelf liner. Just a second. This right here is a shelf liner, and I could spray through that, but then I also could just use this with some acrylic paint just to make little prints on it with like a stamp to make marks. Let me dry this first, and then we'll go back. So just a second. Okay. Just a second. Okay. Next, I'm going to put these sprays aside. Put that over there. Okay, let me get... And what I like to do is I pick these three colors, right? So whether I'm using acrylic paint or I'm using sprays, I'm sticking with the same color palette. So I just took this right here. This was a cupboard liner, little piece of it. It comes in big, huge rolls that I got from Dollar Tree. And this is just to make marks. See? Hopefully you guys are seeing those marks. Love it. Okay, let me take another section of this. So like I said, you could spray through this, or you could spray through it, or you can use it to make marks. Either one. Let's make some cool marks. Love it. Very cool. Love it. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is, I haven't done this for a while. I'm going to take some, this is bubble wrap, the small bubble wrap, and I'm going to use this to make marks. And we're going to make some marks with white paint. Actually, you know, I didn't make, well, I was going to use some of this color here, but you know what? This color is, I have enough of it on here. I don't need to use this and make marks with it. It's vibrant enough on here, so we won't use that color. But I will use some white. Okay, so let's take the bubble wrap. And just put little swatches here and there. Oh, I know something else I want to make marks with. I'm so excited. Okay, So this is cool, the little bubble wraps marks. So look how cheap and easy I've already done this with. I've used acrylic paints and a baby wipe. I've used all those things I showed you, which were all things I got from the Dollar Tree or from my house so far. Okay. Another thing. This is a toilet paper roll to make little like coffee cup looking type of marks. So I have another small one that I wanted to use. I don't know where I put that one at. Oh, darn it. We'll use this one. I want to use the one that's a little smaller. Oh, here it is. This one's a toilet paper roll. This one is a paper towel roll. So I like this little smaller one. So let me come over here with my pink paint and start going like this. And it just puts like little circle marks. And I don't care that it doesn't get it a complete circle. I like a little half circle. I think that looks cool. I'm going to turn around to the other side and use the other side too. Cool. So if you guys have seen me a lot, I use a lot of different stamps, a lot of different stencils. You don't need anything that hardly even costs any money. You can get stuff from the Dollar Tree, and or you can get some from around your house. Okay, something else you can use around your house is this is like that plastic stuff from around some garlic, I think. So this you could lay down and spray through it as a stencil, or you could just take it like this, dip it in some acrylic paint and use it and make marks. So that's another good one. So I have that saved too. Okay, what else do I want to do? Oh, I know something I want to do. Okay, I have, where did I put it at? I want to use this. I have a stamp. This stamp I got for like 30 cents at Hobby Lobby with that 90% off sale. I love this stamp, you guys. So I'm gonna throw that on here. Let's see what this pink paint looks like. Just a second. Oh no, that's too deep. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna take, this looks pretty bright right now, but I'm gonna cut some of the brightness off, of course, with some gesso at the end, so that's fine. But I don't want to use that over and over, that's for sure. That color's a little bright. Okay. Should have tested that a little more on something else, but no major. I love this stamp. I just love the print. I just think it looks so cool. I like to use it halfway, just on the edges like this. And you guys, I have to say, this is one of my favorite stamps. Regularly was $1.99. I got it for like 30 cents. It's like a piece of foam. It's a foam stamp, and this foam takes the ink so well, and you can keep marking off of this forever before you have to ink it. It's awesome. Love this. So if you do see these, even for $1.99, that's still cheap. Get these. Go over to the craft section and pick these foam stamps up that are on these sheets. They're fabulous. I didn't even think they'd be as fabulous as they are. I just got it because it was 30 cents. I thought, oh, that's a cool little, a cool stamp. And then I used it. It's one of my favorites. I keep it with my favorite stuff all the time now. Okay. Other thing I want to do, like always, use my script stamp. So I'm going to use my script stamp. Okay. And I'm going to use my teal color right here. So that it really blends into the background. And then I think I'll do black over this too. I will. You guys always see me use my script stamp. I love it. My script stamp and making drips. So there'll definitely be drips involved. You guys know there's always drips involved in everything I do. You'll be like, oh, that's pretty. Yeah, just dripped all over it. Yep. Okay. I hope you guys like my humor. People were like, okay, you're weird. I know. All right. I never said I wasn't weird. Pound it like elephants. I always say pound it like elephants because Diane Reevely, she always is like, don't pound it like elephants. Just be nice and easy on it. So I like to say pound it like elephants because she always says take it easy on your pad. Okay, just a second, you guys. I just spilled, something dripped. One of my inks and it's kind of going everywhere. Get that taken care of. Okay. All right. God, where, you know, it's still getting on my hand from somewhere. Where the heck is that coming from? Oh, it dripped on my stamp that I'm using. I'm like, why? I'm putting my hand right in it like twice now because I dripped my ink, my spray ink. I dripped it right here on the stamp. All right, there we go. That was what the problem was. Good thing I don't mind getting my hands all messy. I like getting my hands messy. I think that makes it fun. Looks like you did some work. Like you were working it. Okay, loving this. Some may think that's a damn mess, but I like a mess. Okay, we are going to do drips, but the drips will come after the gesso. So, the last step for this video is going to be this, because we got to let things dry. Is we're going to gesso over this, or at least some white acrylic paint, but I'm going to use some gesso. With a, do I have one right here? I need a makeup sponge, but I had one out. Guess I don't. All right, here we go. So I'm going to take a makeup sponge. I don't want this one. Let me find one. Okay, there we go. And we're just going to dab it over this whole thing so that we can kind of knock some stuff back so it's not so in your face, okay? And you're going to get, because I use sprays, they are going to get reactivated, but that'll be fine. Okay. So there will be some reactivation in some areas, and that'll be fine. Well, that'll kind of be fine. Just a second, people. I don't want this part right here to turn. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try using my finger when I do this. And the reason I say that is because, okay, I just picked up blue, right, on my thing, because this is, I use a spray. Then I took that blue and I put it over here on this pink, and I really don't want to do that, so. I just want to kind of knock it back, but I want it to stay in that color range. So if I knock it back, it'll all stay pink in that area. It won't go, I'm not transferring color all over the thing. I'm not transferring this blue over into that pink. Let me get clear with what I'm saying. And I also need to wipe my fingers up a little bit. Just a second. A lot of times I don't use sprays that can be reactivated when they get wet, just because I like to be able to do this white, this gesso over technique. Yeah, this is the better way to do this so I don't activate everything so much. It's just to pounce the white on. But I like spraying through stencils. I like spraying through things I find at Dollar Tree. I like spraying through fly swatters. I mean, what a cheap stencil from the Dollar Tree, a fly swatter. Or you can have a fly swatter at your house. An extra fly swatter you're not using. Or maybe you are using it, but you use it for your art instead. You might be mad at yourself by the time you have a fly you need to kill, and then you're like, oh, I used it for my art. But saying all of that, you guys, I have picked up so many inexpensive stencils for like $1.50, $2 and I told you guys this before, from Tuesday Morning. If you're spending $1.50, $2, you're almost spending Dollar Tree prices anyway. So always be looking out, especially at Tuesday Morning for stencils. They are genius for stencils. Love going there. Their prices are great. For like, these stencils are probably, a lot of them are regularly like $6, $7, $8, $10, and you're paying $1.50, $2. Great deals. Okay, so I'm liking this. We've knocked it all back. And like I said, when you use a spray ink, the best way to knock it back is to just pounce on it with your finger in that same area. Cool. Let me just do this a little bit more over here, knock some of this back a little bit more. And I'm also wiping my finger onto this baby wipe in between, because you're going to pick up color because of the sprays. If you use all acrylic paint, you won't be picking up any sprays. So, it's just a matter of just always knowing what you're using when you're using it, so you know how it's going to react. Okay, so love this. We're gonna let this dry. And actually, you know what? Let me see how much time I have on my camera. Just a second. Get up and see how much time we've been on here for. 47 minutes. Okay, we will go ahead. I'm just trying to think of what I want to do, because I need to do some cleanup too. Okay, you guys, we'll stop here with this video. You guys can go to part 2. Part 2 may not be made until tomorrow, or maybe later on this evening. But at any rate, there'll be a part 2. On part 2, we will go over to this side and do the same thing we did here, over here, and do the whole mixed media thing over here, okay? And then, so we'll have 2 mixed media pages, backgrounds ready to go. And then I will I'll cut my girl out, I'll put her on here, and I'll surround her with beautiful flower napkins, especially down here. We'll do a Paris stencil up here. Here we'll put that flop on, put our girl on, all of that, okay? So, like I said, it'll be 2 to 3 parts. But that's all we're going to do for now. And I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, and the winners. Eddie Williams and Kathy Luddy. Eddie, my email address will be below here, so email me your address and I'll get your goodies off to you. Kathy, I have your address and I'll get your goodies off to you. Congratulations. And that's it for today. That's it for this hour. Okay, you guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below.